Want to run faster, jump higher, move with more power? The Sports Recovery and Development Program at Bridges Therapy Group builds speed, strength, agility, and endurance while correcting movement issues that can cause injury. Give your athlete the edge. Schedule an assessment today at srdathlete.com.
Love where you live and play with Lindsay Management. Affordable apartments and golf memberships at 9 and 18-hole courses. Buying or selling? Trust Lindsay and Associates. Serving the community for over 50 years. Lindsay, #1 in apartments, golf, and real estate.
High school football happening all around the natural state, and we are excited to break it all down for you. It is Friday, August 29th, and this is Varsity Vibe Today. We have made it. It is finally game day. Welcome into Varsity Vibe Today. I'm your host, Alyssa Orange, and we are excited that you are here for us as we get ready for kickoff around the state with some high school football action. So let's get to it. Our Lewis Automotive opening drive. Looking to upgrade your vehicle? It is the trade-in, trade-out event at Lewis Automotive. Get double the factory warranty, all backed by the Lewis Guarantee, happening now in Fayetteville, Springdale, and Farmington. Brey Cook with me once again, and he is in charge of business development with us at Varsity Vibe, which is an exciting way to get schools involved. And so, Brey, kind of tell us about what you've got going for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. Yeah, we made it. I wasn't sure if we were going to, but it is game day again back here in Arkansas. And so my role here with Varsity Vibe is we have become the media department for athletic departments around the state of Arkansas. So what that looks like is partnering with schools, Bentonville West, Fayetteville, Pea Ridge is a recent addition, Pea Ridge ladies basketball, as well as Mountain Home and some other schools. And I reach out to coaches, athletic directors, and we build a relationship and how can we support your teams. And one of the biggest things that we're able to do is connect some of the top creators in Arkansas, videographers, photographers, video editing, and attach them to brands like Bentonville football and Bentonville athletics. And so what that allows for is, one, coaches who have a huge task in front of them and playing in the competition that they do and leading them young men and women, it takes that off their plate, right? So we're able to promote their program, their players, bring them exposure, and do things in a professional manner that really, in this day and age, is important. And we're able to tell stories for the athletic departments through the lens of some of the people who are really good at telling stories.
And if you've been following Varsity Vibe on social media at all, or any of those schools, you've seen the videos, you've seen the photos, all of those things by our content creators. So it's a really cool thing that I think once schools start to see it, they'll realize how important it is to get exposure for their athletes. All right, but let's talk about the action today, because as we mentioned, it is game day. We're going to start in the 7A West, and we've got some teams who are going on the road like they usually do to start the season, across some state borders. So let's start with Bentonville. They were over there for their benefit game against Jinx. Now they're over there to face Tulsa Union. What do you like about this Bentonville team? What are you looking for them?
Well, I think, and Coach was on your show and had some great things to say. He was also on the coach's pod with Coach Williams and mentioned that one of his goals is really to have as intense of a non-conference as you can. And that's a tall order, and especially when you're a school like Bentonville, to put these teams on the schedule and to continue to go back to them just to test your team, test your players, and see where you're at. It says a lot about your mentality. You're going for the biggest, baddest teams in the country, and Union is one of them. So to go to their place, good.
Oh, I was going to say, well, what's interesting is he's done that. And so they started 1-5 last year against tough competition, but it paid off with that state title run.
And that's one thing he mentioned. Last year he's sitting at 0-3 and they're losing some games to some really, really good teams. And yet the parents are still giving them a standing ovation as they walk off the field, because they're able to see that improvement. And then they're able to see the bigger picture. And that's just one of those things that's going to pay off for the Bentonville Tigers.
Some other teams that are crossing state borders. Harbor's headed to or is hosting Broken Arrow, but they're from Oklahoma. Mountain Home headed to West Plains in Missouri, as well as Farmington hosting Edmond North out of Oklahoma as well. Another game that's really intriguing is this Bentonville West Greenwood game. And that
Yeah.
game was pretty much a blowout last year. I think it was 70-35, but Bentonville West feels really good, not only about the talent that they have, but their quarterback and Trey Thompson obviously matched up with a quarterback like Kane Archer.
Yeah, I was over at Bentonville West this afternoon and or this morning, excuse me. And one of the things that Coach Pratt was talking to, he's one of the schools that we're partnered with on the other side of Varsity Vibe to promote some of their stuff. So I've been around them and I've seen how they interact. And I've known Coach Pratt for a long time, but the culture that is there this year, it feels different, and it feels truly like a team that sees the big picture, sees where they have been, that loss to Greenwood last year, and where they can be, and that on top of some of the athleticism that I've seen over the last couple of weeks there in Centerton is it feels different around that indoor and around that locker room. So obviously Greenwood is Greenwood, and they're a monster, but I'm really excited for this matchup because I think Bentonville West they can surprise some people.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what Greenwood is like. One thing Kane told me in his interview was that we might not be the most talented team that Greenwood has had, and so they're gonna have to really dig deep to win some football games this year, which I thought was a very interesting analysis by him. So we'll see if anyone can trip up Greenwood this year. Springdale going down to Little Rock Central. Talked to their coach, Brett Hobbs, the other day. Loves the toughness and physicality of this team, but they're also got a quarterback battle a little bit going back and forth. Could play both of those guys. And so that's a really unique situation to walk into when you start the season.
Well, it's a neat situation to be a defensive coordinator on the other sideline. It's so tough to put together a game plan for a 7A school. And when you have another quarterback, it feels like a whole different team. So when you got two quarterbacks rolling, you have to have a couple different game plans. And then, of course, it being the first week of the season, you really don't know which those two offenses, you don't know what they're going to be or what they look like. And I really, you have to admire what Coach Hobbs has done at Springdale, and he has built something I think very special. And I love to see the Red Dogs. So I'll probably get in trouble for saying this, but I love to see the Red Dogs have some success. Yeah, that's tough. I'm wearing Harbor Blue today, so
okay,
don't be too mad at
making
me,
sure we keep it clear. All right, the one team when we talked the last time that you said is one to keep an eye on in the 7A West is Rogers, and they're hosting North Little Rock tonight.
Mm-hmm. Well, North Little Rock's coming to town, and they've got a new coach, right? Am I correct? And
yes.
Coach Bolding just took over North Little Rock. He just came from Parkview, where he built an absolute monster, right? I mean, an absolute animal down there in the Central. And for him to take over a new team, there's no telling what the ceiling's going to be for North Little Rock. I'm really excited to see what he's built since he's taken over, and to see what he's bringing up here. And obviously, I think it's going to be a big test for Rogers. Like I said, they're the team that I'm following really closely, and so is everybody else in the state. But I think it's a great matchup, a real test to see if the Mounties are good enough to make that run to the state championship this year.
Yeah, it'll be a really good test to see just where they are right now. Week 1, we got a rivalry game down in the River Valley, north side, south side. And both of these coaches love what they bring to the table. And when we talked to two guys on Kim Tameron's team, he was just very excited about, they were really young and inexperienced last year, but that experience is now have all of that games from last year under their belt, and they feel really good about what they can put together. Surprise people, really, is what they're saying. What do you think about this north side, south side game?
I've got a lot of coaching friends at Southside, a lot of guys that have gone through there. Jeff Williams is from there, and I spent a lot of time with him. But my first game I ever played in high school at Harbor as a sophomore was versus Northside. And I'll never forget lining up as a tackle against some of those Northside athletes and just getting my tail whipped every play after play after play. And there's nothing I could do to stop it. And Northside is a very talented football team, and they have been for a long time. And I think that they can come out and surprise some people. And obviously with the rivalry game, anything can happen. But when you've got athletes like they have at Northside, watch out.
Yeah, I think so. It should be fun. All right, we've got a couple more teams to talk about, but real quick, we're going to have a shout out to our sponsors. Be back after this.
If you're an athlete that wants to improve your game, maybe improve your 40, jump higher, have better agility, Bridges Therapy Group's Sport Recovery and Development Program can help. They've been helping student athletes reach their highest potential for quite a while now. They've got a team that includes physical therapists, athletic trainers, personal trainers, and occupational therapists. And together, they design individual plans to build speed, explosive power, agility, strength, and endurance. Whether your athlete's returning from rehab or working for a competitive edge, SRD provides the training and guidance to help them succeed. Schedule your athlete's assessment today at srdathlete.com.
Quick Turf is the go-to team for building championship-level sports facilities for public schools, private schools, and the entire school district. They also install beautiful backyard putting greens for homeowners. Known for lifelike, eco-friendly turf, Quick Turf handles everything from design and lighting to drainage and final landscaping. Their all-in-one approach delivers high-performance surfaces for athletes and low-maintenance greens that last for years. With preventative maintenance programs, they keep every field and green looking game day ready. Schedule a free consultation today at quickturf.com. That's QIKturf.com.
Matt Lewis with Lewis Automotive Group, excited to announce our trade-in, trade-up event. During this event, you get thousands extra for your trade value. Plus, it's all backed by the Lewis Guarantee. Double the factory warranty. That's a 10-year, 120,000-mile powertrain. Plus, you get 1 year worth of maintenance on us. This event's only going on at Lewis Automotive Group and is at all of our locations in Fayetteville, Springdale, and Farmington.
Could a little extra support help your child shine even brighter? Bridges Therapy Group empowers kids to live their best life with expert pediatric therapy services tailored to their needs. Their team offers occupational therapy, speech therapy, and physical therapy, guiding families from the first evaluation to every milestone along the way. Give your child the tools to succeed and shine. Visit btgpeds.com to learn more and schedule your appointment today. That's btgpeds.com.
Love where you live and play with Lindsay Management. Enjoy affordable apartments with community amenities like fitness centers and resort-style pools at select locations. Golf memberships are also available at beautiful 9 and 18-hole courses. Buying or selling a home, commercial, or investment property? Trust Lindsay and Associates, serving the community and bringing great neighbors together for over 50 years. Lindsay, #1 in apartments, golf, and real estate.
Welcome back. Let's talk more football. Rogers Heritage going on the road to Siloam Springs and Brey. They are on a 19-game losing streak. What do you feel about this game?
You know, the matchup here, so they beat Siloam 2 years ago. They lose to Siloam last year. But Siloam's last win was against Pea Ridge last year. So that's really not saying a whole lot. So we'll see these two teams. I think both have something to prove, and I think those are the games to me that are some of the most fun to watch because you've got two teams who this is a chance for them to end a long streak of some tough football, some tough weeks.
Some unfortunate football, yeah. Some
unfortunate football. So really, this is one of those games I'm looking forward to because, like I said, they've got something to prove.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see someone's going to win, right? So on Friday night.
Yeah, somebody's going to break a streak Friday night.
We'll see who it is. No. All right, a couple more. Let's go to Mountain Home, who hit the road. They're going to go to West Plains, as well as Farmington's going to host Edmond North. When you look at Mountain Home and Farmington and those teams, what do you like about them?
I haven't spent a whole lot of time with Mountain Home. I'm looking forward to it as they just jumped on as one of our Varsity Vibe schools. But Farmington, I've seen up close in person, and that's a dang good football team. And I really think they're playing in Oklahoma. Is that correct?
Farmington is hosting
Farmington.
an Oklahoma team.
Oh, they're hosting.
Mountain
tonight.
Home is going to
Yeah.
Missouri to play West Plains.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be headed to Farmington tonight. That's a squad that, like I said, they had their they tasted success last year, and I think they're going to go get it this year.
All right, and last but certainly not least, Little Rock Christian coming up here to play Shiloh Christian. This is a really big matchup too.
Yeah. You know, Shiloh, you look at what they've built and some of the things that they have in that program, and there's, you think of Greenwood as a machine. You know, they raise them up the Bulldog way. They by the time they get to high school, they know the offense, the defense, they know what they're doing. It's the same thing as Shiloh. And now I haven't spent a lot of time in Little Rock, but I've seen that Shiloh program, and I've seen what they're able to instill in those kids. So hold on, I'll just real quick. Every football team in the state of Arkansas is looking to hire a full-time strength coach. Shiloh's got 2 of those suckers. You know what 2 strength coaches can do? Oh my gosh, that's my dream. I get excited about this. I mean, you got 2 strength coaches, and you're rolling through a football program that they're able to, I guess, bring on as like kindergartners. I mean, you're a kindergartner saint. You're out there running that offense. That's a machine that is well-oiled, and I look for them to have success.
Well, it's going to be a fun night of high school football. That we do know. When you guys are going to look for highlights, look for scores, we've got you covered on our social media platform. So if you want any of the action from high school football, head on over to Varsity Vibe on Instagram, X, and Facebook, and make sure you can find the scores, you can find the highlights right there. We're excited to bring you that content every Friday. Excited to have Brey with us every Friday as we talk about the action ahead. Thanks so much for joining us, man. We'll see you next week.
Yep. Thank you.
Improvement matters, especially for young athletes looking to excel in sports. And every week, we're going to start highlighting those who have put in the work to get better. This week, our Performance Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Bridges Therapy Group Sports Recovery and Development Program, is Bentonville West freshman Haley Trader. She's earned a spot on the varsity basketball team while also playing for the Arkansas Banshees. Since starting with Bridges Therapy Group, she's added 10 inches to her vertical leap, 21 inches to her broad jump, and shaved nearly 2 seconds off her 40-yard dash time. To learn more about the program, visit srdathlete.com. That's going to do it for our episode of Varsity Vibe today. Remember to like and subscribe, like our social media platforms, subscribe to the newsletter and our podcast wherever you listen to our podcast, as well as our YouTube page. And a special shout out to our sponsors, Lindsay, Bridges Therapy Group, Lewis Automotive, and Quick Turf.